Let me get the microphone over. Hey everybody, we're live. Welcome to Car Talk and Other Things, week 10.
Yes.
I've been doing this for 10 weeks now, you believe
Yes. That's crazy. I can't believe this is our 10th week of live streaming.
that? Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
And I think we're getting better at it.
I think so.
Yeah.
It's basically like doing a freaking podcast. It's just...
Yeah, I think people can see us and interact with us. Yeah.
But people always record their podcasts anyway.
Yeah.
And put them on YouTube later.
Like Joe Rogan.
Yeah. So.
Joe Rogan actually goes live on YouTube too. So.
Oh. There you go.
Anyway.
Okay.
Fitting, our 10th episode is going to be a memorial episode, but we'll get to that in a second.
Yes.
If you haven't been able to tell, I usually take the lead on the live streams. And
Yes.
Big D usually takes the
lead on the videos.
On the videos. If you haven't figured it out, it's kind of the deal we have going on.
Yes.
All right. That's pretty much. That's everything at the top of the show.
Do we
want
want to start off with this, or should we start off with one of our other things and then come into this after some more people come in? Well, we're up to. That's great. We'll go with this right now.
Yeah.
Okay. You want me to?
Well, we can talk about your transmission real quick.
Okay. We'll
talk about his transmission debate.
Yes. I'm still having this damn freaking debuttal thing in my head with Darksin. Okay. I have an automatic, as you all know. It's a turbo 350. But now we're switching to the LS motor, and
it'll be a lighter. It'll be a lighter motor.
Yes, and with the events and some of the events requiring touring, was probably going to end up switching to a turbo 400, so then I would have the overdrive for the road trips and stuff.
But if you're gonna go ahead and change the transmission, there's some other options.
Yes. Now I'm having, and I really want your guys' opinion on this. There's 3 of you, maybe more. If you guys would chime in on this, I'd really appreciate it. I'd like your feedback. I'm thinking about going manual.
It's just more versatile. You can do anything with it.
Yeah.
You can do street, you can do strip.
You'll
have to bang gears on the strip.
I love stick shifts to begin with anyway.
If you have a good shifter, it doesn't really matter.
Okay. We know that we're going to be doing other events with the car besides its main purpose, which is drag racing. So, like, when we're doing rally course type stuff, stick shift would be better for that. Cost-wise, I'm not real sure on, comparing the fully built automatic cost with a trans brake and a bunk box compared to a 5 or 6 speed manual transmission with a 3-disc clutch type setup, hydraulic.
I always thought automatics cost more to build.
Yeah, that's what I'm kind of thinking too. But the 5 and 6 speeds transmission, the rest of all the parts are not that expensive. They're really not. But then you get to the actual transmission itself, and them freaking 5 and 6 speeds from Richmond are not cheap.
Yeah, unless you get a used one like a T56 or something like that, out of a newer Camaro or something like that.
Or a T5 out of a Mustang.
And those are built out of the box. They're stock. They're built to take like 700, 800 horsepower.
Well, I can get a bone stock T5 out of a Mustang and get the proper bell housing and all that shit for it. And it wouldn't be that expensive, and it would get me going in the stick form, and I could start...
And how much horsepower can those take? I'm not familiar with those.
damn it.
stock.
This is one of them times that you kind of wish Jesse was actually watching the live stream right now, because he's more of the Ford guy, and he would be able to tell us how much a stock T5 out of a 5.0 horsepower it could handle.
I'm thinking like five.
Potential.
I'm thinking 5 or 6.
I would think 5 or 6
Yeah, that's typically
in stock form. I mean, yeah, we're going to be putting out much more than that, but
Oh, we can always dial it down a little bit to start out.
yes, but we also know how I kind of like to push the boundaries with things, and
Yeah, you'd push it right to the edge of 600 horsepower.
I'd like to push the, say, hey.
And
Yeah.
who knows? It was stock wastegate.
Well, I mean, look at what Cletus did.
With like,
Cletus ran a freaking 7 in freaking Leroy with a stock vet transaxle,
yeah,
bone stock,
yeah.
and then it blew up. But it's still.
Is he upgrading that now?
Oh, he upgraded it months ago. But yeah,
Okay.
he got so many passes on that setup before it finally just said, "Yeah, then I'm done."
Nope.
But
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm thinking manual. But
yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. I'm gonna.
now the question is, what kind of manual? Which we already just.
Well, it will be more than likely probably a T5, or something easy to put a
Sequential.
a sequential setup in
Yeah.
at some point.
Because I know. I think a German company that makes a sequential for a T56. That's what.
Yeah. Well, there's even a company out that makes a sequential shifter
Mm-hmm.
for traditional H pattern transmissions.
Like old style.
Yeah. It bolts on top.
Mm-hmm.
It's all one unit.
With the clutch cable and everything else.
It's
Use a
just
clutch?
a shifter.
Oh, okay.
It's a shifter.
So you still have to clutch it.
You still have to clutch it,
Okay.
but the shifter literally converts the H pattern
Mm-hmm.
to a sequential, just front and back.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Okay. Let's go ahead and get into the main
We're gonna
discussion.
get into the main discussion.
The racing world lost somebody this last week.
Well, the racing world, the automotive world, the fabrication world, the TV host world,
Pretty much the car world.
the car world lost a tragic female this week.
Or not tragic female. She's a
Or-
tragic into a
Yeah,
female.
tragic into a female career.
She was anything but tragic.
Yeah, she was anything but tragic. She was actually fucking amazing. And we're talking about the Jessie Combs. She started out on TV as one of the co-hosts of Extreme 4x4 on Spike TV. Back when it was still Spike TV. Then she actually had a freak accident during the filming of one of the episodes of Extreme 4x4. She had a heavy bandsaw actually fall over on her and caused her body to taco,
Yeah.
and she broke her back.
Yeah.
And
Surprisingly, wasn't paralyzed.
surprisingly was not paralyzed. She had to get 2 pins, one on each side of her spine.
7-inch rods too, I think.
Yeah,
something
it
like
was-
that going up her spine. Woo.
Yeah, and that was pretty much why she ended up leaving Extreme 4x4, and it became just Ian's show from that point. She went on from there to, she was one of the co-hosts for a long time on Chip Foose's Overhauling.
Yeah.
She was, as you can see in the pictures we have up, she was also on the popular TV show on Discovery Channel. She was on Mythbusters.
Which,
for a couple seasons why Tori was out on maternity leave.
yeah. Carrie.
Oh yeah, Carrie, not Tori. Carrie.
Carrie Byron.
Yeah. So if you guys are familiar with that show, while Carrie was out on maternity leave, Jesse came into that show and took over for her. She also raced in the Baja 1000 every year. She ran the King of the Hammers every year, which is an extreme high horsepower, high speed rock crawling type thing in, I believe, in the New Mexico desert.
Yeah,
I think
Mexico.
Mexico or New Mexico.
Mexico.
Mexico. Okay.
Actual Mexico. It's something I'd really like to get into eventually, too.
Oh yes,
That'd be awesome.
My off-road side, I have a very, very deep off-road side that hopefully you guys will see in future, like probably down the road. But I have a hardcore off-road side. So yes, I would definitely like to build some type of an off-road vehicle. Possibly do like a he builds something and I build something at the same time type thing.
Yeah.
Off-road, that would be cool.
Mine would be a Jeep. Kind of, it'd
Yeah.
probably look similar to that, actually.
Yes. Because we live in the perfect environment for off-roading
Yeah,
stuff.
especially test ground for
Yeah.
Baja.
Type stuff, yes. Let's see, what else did she do? She was also very, very big into two wheels, anything with two wheels. She loves motorcycles. She was practically born at Sturgis. She went to her first Sturgis rally when she was only 4 months old. Okay. She grew up around cars, motorcycles. She was the leader and forefront person of the women's movement in the automotive fabrication world.
Yeah, she certified welder. She was a certified degree in metal fabrication. She had her own courses that she set up specifically just for women to introduce them to this side of the automotive world and to show them that women can do this too, and it's no longer a man's dominated world. And she proved that. But most of all, she is the fastest woman on four wheels. She holds the world record at 400 and I forget what it 470 something.
470 something mile an hour.
467. I forget.
Yes, she holds the world record in a jet car, and sadly, that is also how we lost her this past week.
She's trying to beat her own record.
She was trying to not only beat her own record, but to become the world's fastest woman, period.
Yeah.
There is only one record that is slightly above hers, and she was headset goal on beating that record. She wanted to be the fastest woman, period. And in that process, she was outrunning the jet car. Now, this is where there's some confusion. Some people are saying she was actually out there trying to set a new record, and some people say that she was out there just testing to set a new record because there was not an official on site.
Oh, okay.
So,
either
since
way,
there was not an official on site, that's where there's some confusion on was she trying to set a new record or was she just testing? Either way, in the process, the car failed to shut down
And
yet they don't know the reason why or anything beyond that.
it's still under investigation, and is going to be under investigation for a while of why it exactly failed. But the whole entire basic shutdown procedure completely failed on the car. Nothing worked. Shut down the wires. The chutes didn't open. The brakes didn't work.
It's crazy.
She literally went for the ultimate ride of her life.
Yeah.
Which had to have been scary as shit.
Yeah. But in those kind of situations,
You just...
Yeah,
she literally She
yeah.
literally watched her whole life flash before her eyes.
She almost died in the car before.
Yes, that's the other freaky part. Me and Liam both watched the same video this morning. And shockingly enough, in 2016, when she was practicing for her world record run then,
Yeah.
she had the exact same problem with the exact same car. But
It was kind of.
But
yeah.
magically enough, the car stopped.
Mm-hmm.
Barely, but it stopped just in time.
Yeah.
So, freakishly enough,
Yeah, her parachutes didn't open before. It might have been the same problem. Who knows?
yeah,
She might be able, but she couldn't get the engine shut down.
No, that part was fine. It was
So it's pretty much the same accident.
It was
all over
everything
again.
else.
Oh wow!
The chutes, the brakes,
Whew.
all that failed.
Even the magnetic.
Yeah, the
air brakes.
Yeah, her state of the art magnetic braking, air brake, whatever, failed.
So it's magnetic fins that are powered
Yeah.
by magnets
And-
that lock in place. Once
And
they're
her
open.
boyfriend, they released a statement on the internet that they literally tried everything possible in their power to save her life, and they couldn't. A lot of people in the automotive world have spoke out over the week. I mean, it has been all over the place. It was even on our local news station here. She played a huge role in the automotive world in the past 15, 20 years.
Yeah.
And she is a great loss. I mean, a great loss to the automotive world.
I remember watching her on.
Loved her on MythBusters.
Yeah, and the 4x4 show.
Extreme 4x4.
Yeah. We used to watch that every weekend.
Mm-hmm. We grew up on watching those shows.
Mm-hmm.
Way back when Spike TV was, what the hell was it? TNT something.
Yeah.
It was some weird ass car called numbers, and it was, what was it? Horsepower TV and
Hot Rod Garage.
it was Hot Rod Garage, Horsepower TV, and Shade Tree Mechanic.
Yeah.
I mean, way back.
Yeah.
So we've been watching these shows as they've developed through when trucks came in, Extreme 4x4 and stuff. And through watching all those shows, when Extreme 4x4 came along and Jesse started working, it was instant. You knew for the first freaking time, this chick is legit.
Yeah.
She ain't no freaking fake ass wannabe mechanic host that comes on them shows and just screws some nuts with the tips of their fingers and fake turns some nuts and bolts with some wrenches.
Yeah.
That was not her at all. She came in and actually did the fucking work herself.
Yeah.
screw all them people behind the scenes that, when we're off camera, they do all the work. No.
Yeah.
Not with Jessie.
Yes.
No. She did it.
Yeah, and of course, Mythbusters was like one of my favorite shows too.
Oh, I loved Mythbusters.
I think that show was so important too.
Oh, yeah. I don't think I ever missed an episode of Mythbusters. I think I watched that show.
Well, they went on for like 8 seasons or something like that.
It was on for like ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They put the scientific process in the forefront, which I believe is the most important thing in the world.
Yeah. They proved and disproved so much shit on that show.
Through hardcore science.
Yes.
They took some liberties here and there, but
yes.
they pretty much
although
most of the time they stuck to pretty fair scientific process.
Some of my favorite episodes of theirs were kind of the off the cuff stuff, kind of like the Star Wars one where they did the whole Mythbusters episode on, okay, can you take this and swing it over here, hook this, grab Princess Leia, and swing across, holding her, and land on the other side?
Yeah.
Stuff like that. Those type of shows, kind of, those I liked. I liked the serious stuff too, but I kind of liked the off-the-cuff stuff,
They figured out that the wire, that being that thin, would have to be like a carbon nanotube, something that hasn't even really been made, and it was crazy.
They even showed to see if a lightsaber and a freaking laser gun is even possible to freaking be made.
Well, today's technology, hell no.
So, yeah. They did some really cool shit on that show. They really did.
Yeah.
When they decided to cancel that show, I was actually kind of sad.
A lot of car stuff on that show too.
But
car myths and stuff like
that.
Dude
with the glasses, he has another myth type show now.
Adam Savage, yeah.
Yeah, it's similar to Mythbusters. It just started on Discovery Channel.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think it's Discovery Channel.
I don't have.
It's on some new channel. I don't remember what it's called though.
I don't have TV. I just have internet.
It's something with Adam Savage. It comes on Friday, every Friday night after BattleBots.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yes. Or Robot Wars, it's BattleBots now. See, that's another show we've been watching forever, and they changed the name up. You know what show I really miss? Junkyard Wars.
Yeah, Junkyard
Remember
Wars.
Junkyard Wars?
Yeah, Junkyard Wars was awesome.
That show was the shit.
Yeah.
Time limit to freaking build shit, and then you had to do a competition with it, and that show was cool. They need to bring that show back. Junkyard Wars was cool as shit. Maybe we should start a petition to freaking Discovery Channel. Bring back Junkyard Wars. Hell, we'll host the damn thing. Put us on there. Bring it back. We got plenty of junkyards in the United States. We could do some cool ass shit.
Yeah, no kidding.
Everything would be LS powered. Oh, speaking of themes and stuff, after I left the other day and was watching our video when I got home, you know our whole orange theme?
Yeah.
Your valve cover.
Which valve cover?
The Miata.
You want to paint my valve cover Chevy orange?
Yes. And the lettering black, with an automotive paint pen, like where it says Mazda and the motor leader and stuff on the valve cover. That paint that black.
That would be hilarious. We just might do that as like a little.
With all that chrome and everything that's already under there now. And then you have that valve cover. It just makes that little bit of pop. It would look good at the car shows.
I'll think about that.
And actually, if you think about it, a lot of JDM stuff is either orange or red. At least in the Honda world. I don't know about the Mazda world, but in the Honda world, JDM stuff, like their valve covers, are red.
Honda's color is red.
Yes.
Everything's red on Honda.
If it's JDM.
Yeah.
Which is overseas. Not United States. JDM valve covers for Hondas and Integras are orange.
Yeah.
Or reddish orange.
Yeah.
And I know Fernando's watching this, and Fern, you can chime in right now and confirm that. Because you're a Honda guy. You guys got me into Hondas. You can confirm that JDM stuff from Japan, Honda valve covers are red. Reddish orange. Yes. And he's not chiming in, but yeah. Fern. Fern dog.
Alright. What else were we going to talk about?
We were going to discuss how things went this past week with the cooling system, which went really well, by the way.
Yeah, we had some little hiccups here and there, some difficult parts that didn't want to come off and didn't want to go back on, and
yes. But if you watched
went through a few gaskets that we kind of messed up. Had to go hunting around for those.
Yeah.
Took us an extra day.
But if you guys watched Wednesday's episode, looks amazing.
Yeah, it
came out
awesome.
Amazing. And we'll be doing a video very, very, very soon of us out testing it, the trans cooler, and all that stuff.
We could do that and painting the valve cover on one video.
Yes.
There we go. That's a good episode right there.
Yes. We just got to get the gasket. Or gaskets.
Yeah, gaskets for the valve cover. Yeah.
Yes. Should not be that hard. Coil packs would be about the only thing I'd be worried about.
I've taken them off before.
On that car?
Yeah. I changed the spark plugs.
Oh, okay. Then we're good.
It's almost ready for an oil change anyway. We'd probably take one day to do all that. So.
Oh yeah.
We can just do it.
And we can do that on a video too. Even though yes, we covered it in a video once before.
Just briefly,
But we have
show us doing it.
We have had some requests of
let you guys know we're keeping up on the maintenance.
A little bit more in depth on that type of stuff, which I do want to do that because, as you guys do not know, I have a 15-year-old daughter that is going to be turning 16 in a couple months, and she is her and my son are part of the reason why I started the YouTube channel, because I want them to be able to watch my stuff, our stuff, and learn.
Yeah.
It's
basic car maintenance.
Yeah, it's my way of teaching them how to work on their own stuff, because they live with their mom in California and I'm here. So I'm not able to physically be right there and show them, hey, this is how you change your oil and all that. So this is kind of also my way of showing them how to do things.
Yeah.
So
that's why some of our episodes are real simple like that.
Yeah.
Not real customization, just basic maintenance.
Yeah.
We kind of pepper that in.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, so we'll have some test videos coming up pretty soon of the Miata again. We're going to be finishing up the 350 rebuild probably this week and next week. I'm going to be ordering the stuff this week to get started on building. I don't remember if we've brought this up or not. We are going to build our own start-up break-in stand. So, the 350 that we are rebuilding right now, in a future episode, you guys are going to get to hear run and watch us set the timing and get it broke in all before we put it up for sale. So that will be really cool. You guys will get to see that pretty much a start to finish type thing. You'll get to see us completely in detail rebuild the motor and get to see us fire it up and hear it run and show that we're not a bunch of fucking hacks and know what we're doing.
We just have to get a different kind of engine stand than we have now.
Yeah,
modify it slightly.
Yeah, the engine stand we got now. The engine stand we got now doesn't have a wide enough base. We'd be able to start the engine on it. It's just we wouldn't be. The first time we ever cracked the throttle on it, the twitch would just make the motor fall over.
Yeah.
So the engine stand that we're going to be starting with is lower to the ground, and it's actually a square. So it's more, stable. That's the word I'm looking for. Stable.
Yeah, that's a good word.
And it's going to be so basic. It's going to have a tach, a temp gauge, and an oil pressure gauge. That's it. And a on-off switch, a start button, a cheap-ass fuel pump, electric fuel pump from the part store for like $12, and either a gas can or a really, really cheap, like, 2-gallon plastic fuel cell. Yeah. Oh, and then I'm going to use the factory radiator off Darksin to help cool it while we're breaking it in. That way we don't have to worry about overheating it, and we can actually, like, break it in.
You can use the old Miata one.
Yes, we can, yes. If it's small, yes, because it's smaller.
It's smaller, yeah, and it probably fit better on the. There you go.
Yeah, so we have we have two radiator options.
And it's open air, so.
And we already have an electric fan.
Yeah.
So we're good there. So it's not really going to cost that much. It's just the fabrication. You know, we're going to be doing some welding and wiring and stuff like that. But it'll be cool to be able to fire up the motor and.
Yeah.
You know,
and future motors.
Yeah, future motors, because this particular engine stand is actually universal. So you can mount other manufacturers and other styles of motors on it.
Yeah.
As long as it's carbureted. Now, once we figure out fuel injection, we'll be able to put fuel injection motors on there too. But, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a whole other.
That's a whole other
ball
thing.
game.
Yeah.
And when we get the LSs, we're gonna have to figure that out.
Yes.
So.
Yes. Basically, we're building our own cheap dyno that we will not be able to get dyno readings off of, but we'll at least be able to break the motor in, get the idle set, cams broke in. We're gonna
change the oil.
Yeah.
Before we drain the oil, put the because you want to put an engine in dry.
Well, you gotta do. We'll probably leave the oil in it because it has to have break-in oil in it for 1,000 miles.
Yeah.
So we'll leave the break-in oil in it, and then whoever buys the motor, they'll have to change.
We'll drain it before we hand it off.
Well, yeah.
Because you want to transport it dry, so you don't have.
Yeah, and you just tell them, hey, once you get it home, before you start it, remember, add oil. Well, we'll put friggin' a big old sign on top of it. Add oil.
Well, what you do is you tape up the oil fill.
Yeah.
With masking tape, and you write "add oil" on it.
Yeah.
So, any idiot would not forget.
Yeah. No oil in this motor.
Yeah.
But yeah. And for security, you take pictures and pictures and video of the person picking it up, and you explaining to them and showing them the sign that says there is no oil in this. That way, if they come back to you and try to say, well, you didn't tell me there was no oil in it and it blew up, I want my money back. No, jack off. We have pictures and video of us covering our own asses, so there you go. I've dealt with people like that before, just saying. So I know how to cover my ass these days. Yeah, I've had my fair share of people that like to do that.
You tape up all the fuel line entries and everything else. You tape up the intake.
Yeah.
Tape up the top of the carburetor if it has one on it.
That way nothing
tape off any inlet or outlet of the motor. Take pictures of it.
That way
before you pretty much package it up like it's going to be shipped or something.
Hell, if you can, freaking get your roll of the good old fucking shipping packing tape or the shipping shrink wrap.
And
wrap the fucking motor up.
Yeah.
Before they load it up, wrap the son of a bitch up.
Yeah.
So here you go. Stay at home.
Let's see what else is also down the road. I'm having a little money crisis right now, so nothing on Project Void for a little while.
Yeah. We're pretty much going to be focusing on the 350 and the break-in stand and Project Darksin for a while.
And then weather should start cooling down.
Yes, that is going to be a bonus.
We can start maybe doing some body work on.
Yes, that's why we haven't done anything
outside wise on Darksin in a couple months because it sits outside. The garage isn't big enough for it to fit in, and we're in the middle of our summer heat, so we can't really work on it right now because it's just too hot.
We still have what, like a month or two before it starts cooling off?
Yeah. Well, in the afternoons. Morning wise, it's already getting better in the mornings.
Yeah, slightly maybe.
But high temp wise, afternoon wise, max temps, they're still gonna stay up there for a while. But we always do all of our stuff in the morning anyway, so yeah. But yeah, as soon as the weather starts cooperating with us a little bit better, there will be a lot of outside stuff going on. We got a lot of body work to get going. We got wiring to get sorted out underneath and inside.
Yeah.
Because of that wonderful fuel line and fuel pump wiring job that Dad did down the frame rail. We definitely got to redo that.
Yeah.
That's a safety hazard right there. I don't want to blow up. Just saying. You know,
it's never good.
Yeah. Yeah, let's take the fuel lines and the power lines and just run them together.
Nope, that's not how it works.
Yeah. Safest way to do it, you know.
Put one on each side of the frame rail.
Run one down one side and one down the other, you know.
At least have a big piece of steel separating them.
Yeah, don't bundle them up together with freaking zip ties.
Make sure you insulate them properly.
Yeah. Yeah, we got interior work still to do on that car. We still got to do the undercoating. We still got to do the rust paint on the frame. There's brake work to still do, which we already know the rotors are not going to be that expensive, so that will be a good one. We still need to finish up the patch panel.
Yeah, sealing and painting.
Trimming up the stuff on the firewall. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff still to go that we'll be able to focus on. We just gotta get over this little hump, and yeah. So we're gonna get all that going and all that, and trying to think, is there anything
next,
else?
when I do have some cash on hand, I am going to my next project on the
Are we
Project
still
Void.
doing the shocks?
I think we're doing coilovers. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I didn't know if you wanted to still go with a big item right now, or you could kind of take that money and use it in smaller stuff for right
I just
now
can't figure
and
out all
kind of
this.
stretch it out.
I can't figure out the smaller stuff I want to do.
Because there's still the louvers on the hood.
Yeah. Those aren't that cheap. Yeah, I don't know if I can get the right ones.
Oh.
I gotta call the company and figure it out.
I didn't know that. What else was there?
Yeah, those are about 400. Yeah.
Oh. Ow.
That's about half as much as the shocks I want.
Oh.
So.
I thought
it's
the
still
louver,
cheaper.
I thought the louvers fit still more on the low buck side of things than.
No.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we're kind of running out of the low buck side of things to do on Project Void. We're kind of stepping into the next kind of step of more expensive type shit. Well, there's the turbo kit. Well, the turbo kit was like $500 or $600 though, wasn't it? It wasn't really cheap.
Yeah, it was like 600.
So,
but to get the turbo, I have to get a computer.
Yeah.
That's kind of a combo deal.
Transmission was a big deal.
The computer's like 800.
The wide body wasn't cheap. The top wasn't cheap.
Yeah.
There's not really yeah. I kind of realized, but we do know we got the testing and the valve cover to do, so that's something.
Yeah, we could make a quick video on that.
Yeah, we'll get some more stuff, and
we'll figure something out.
Yeah,
we have plenty of time. We have a couple weeks to really figure it out.
We were talking about some more future stuff.
because me and Liam we do love our motorcycles. Yes, I'm still planning on getting rid of the Road King in March, but we do love our motorcycles. But we love motorcycles that are a little bit more agile, like to go through some tight twists and hairpins and switchbacks and stuff like that.
Fun to ride kind of.
So we were thinking about Sportsters again, because I love Sportsters. They freaking handle like sport bikes.
And I really always wanted one.
And then Liam just out of nowhere, as we're talking about it, he goes, "We could do the build off."
Yeah, we could do.
So what do you guys think about that? We both buy cheap Sportsters,
and then slowly build them.
and we do build offs and have a competition between the two of us.
Yeah.
Because a Sportster's small enough that I can build that in my garage. Because, So I could easily build that at home on the side. And, that would be, that'd be kind of a cool thing to do.
Yeah.
So give us your guys' opinions on that. You can get Sportsters for $2,000 to $3,000. They're not that expensive, especially if you go with 883s. Your 1200s are going to be more in your $4,000 to $5,000-ish range.
I'd really want 1200 though.
But
you can always swap them later, right?
You can swap them. There's big bore kits. There's all kinds of options.
You can always do an engine swap later.
Yes.
Build out the,
I'm thinking.
Build out the 88s, then we both swap.
I've always
then build that out.
I've always wanted to do one kind of in like a sport bike cafe-ish type feel.
That's my idea.
But I've also always wanted to do a drag bike version of one too. So who knows which way I want to go. But it's something to think about.
Yeah.
So again, you guys could chime in on that. There's 3 of you. Y'all feel free to type something. Say hi.
If you guys would like to see something,
or
see something like that, or just let us know.
Just
put a like when this goes over too. Or something like that. Let us know that you want to see something like that.
Yeah, I mean, even if you guys don't want to comment right now, you can still leave us feedback, comments,
likes, whatever.
Likes and all that stuff, and tell us your thoughts on the videos and suggestions and stuff like that. Opinions and whatnot. There is so much shit on the internet right now on Jessie, it's not even funny.
Yeah. Like
every freaking news outlet has got some type of a thing up about her.
Yeah.
If it's not Fox, it's this. If it's not this, it's that. Like everybody.
Yeah.
Oh. Let's see. Today's Sunday. There is, I believe there is
Today's Saturday.
Oh, that's right. Today is Saturday. Sorry. Wow, that's right. Today is Saturday, so there is not a NASCAR race today. NASCAR's not until tomorrow. Wait, no, there could be could be a Saturday race. I don't know.
We could do a little update on that.
We had a bye week last week, so.
What are the standings right now?
Well, we can look that up. Go to NASCAR.com and you can find out all kinds of shit. NASCAR.com.
Okay, here we go.
It'll give you.
It's right here, right on Google.
Yeah.
First thing that comes up here is the current standings.
Current standings.
It's starting grid.
Oh wait, today at 1 p.m.
Sports
at Darlington. Okay, guys, so we have a Saturday night race this week.
I'm sure this isn't like the Junior Series or whatever they call it.
Xfinity. Wait, is it Xfinity?
Yeah, Xfinity Series.
Yeah, it's Xfinity Series.
That's truck. Monster Energy.
Monster Energy is the Cup Series.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, so Monster would be...
Okay, and this is the Bass Pro Shop NRA Night Rate. What?
Wait, that's Xfinity. Bass Pro Shop NRA...
Let's just go to the official home.
Yeah, go to the official NASCAR.
I am not even dealing with that right now.
Yeah. Okay. Here we go. What we got going? Yeah.
Oh, they have scanners and stuff on.
Oh yeah. This is probably live right now. That video going. Okay.
NASCAR Xfinity Series.
Xfinity is going on basically right now. We need a cup. Where's the Monster Energy?
Yeah.
We need the Monster Energy series.
When did that change?
What? From Sprint to Monster? Or they changed that two seasons ago?
Their freaking page is not easy to navigate.
Let's see. About info about us news. Crap.
Yeah.
Newsletter. What the hell? Come on, NASCAR.
Okay, I'm pissed off at this.
There.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, there we go. Darlington schedule. Click on that. Okay, Monster is when? Okay, Bojangles, Southern 500, 6 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. It's a night race on NBC SN.
Sports Network.
Yes. So that answers that question. Now, if you like Xfinity, there is a race going on today.
You have this sneaky little thing down over here that I didn't see.
Where? What?
You had this sneaky little thing that I couldn't see that had everything that I needed on it.
Oh.
It's freaking stupid. Okay. Figured out the website. Yay! Alright, where's the standings? Standings.
Yeah.
There we go. Kyle Busch is, of course.
Oh, Kyle Busch is on top. Did not know that.
Logano.
With Joey Logano. And Denny.
Now you like the.
Jimmy is all the way down in the 18th in the standings.
Holy crap.
I'm telling he has not been doing good the past couple seasons. It's Hendrick brought in a bunch of new young blood, and ever since he brought in the new young blood, Jimmy's been basically kind of put on the back burner. He's not the main focus anymore.
Well, his newer teammates can't keep up with him, so they can't help him in drafting or anything else like that.
Well, no, they're outrunning him.
Oh, they're outrunning him?
His teammates are like winning races and shit.
Where are they at? Who are they?
Let's see. Chase Elliott.
Yeah, he's in ninth. Bush? Kurt
No.
Busch, that's a different team. Alex Bowman?
No.
Kyle Larson?
They're gonna be Chevys.
Yeah, I'm reading all the Chevys. That's what I'm doing.
Let's see. Chase.
William Byron?
No.
Jimmy Johnson? Chris Bershner? Austin Dillon? Anyway, yeah.
Anyway, yeah. There's.
Chase is one of them.
Yeah, but they're so good and they're young. They're the future, so they're putting all their effort into the newer guys and the older guys like Jimmy Jimmy has what, 7 championships now? They're kind of just like, yeah. They're trying to basically push Jimmy out is the way I feel.
Mm-hmm.
They're pushing him out to retire, just like they did with Dale Earnhardt Jr., just like they did with Jeff Gordon. They kind of just took the focus off of him, and then they're like, okay, well, we're being neglected now, so I guess it's as good a time as any is to retire, because all we're doing at this point is just driving around in a freaking circle and have 0 chances of winning crap. So, yeah.
They stop putting as much money into the car? Is that what
yeah,
happened?
they even took it. He doesn't even have his freaking winning crew chief anymore.
Wow.
They took his crew chief off of him last season and put him on one of the Young Bucks.
I'm guessing Chase Elliott. Since he's ahead in points.
No, he's not Chase's crew chief.
Oh, some of the weirdos?
I forget whose crew chief he is.
That doesn't matter now. He's not doing that good,
If Dale was watching, he'd be able to tell us. But, yeah, Jimmy's got a totally different crew chief and everything, and it's just, to me, it's sad. It's pathetic. He's one of the best guys out there, and they're just fucking wasting him. He's like the old stubborn cow that they've put out to pasture. Got our use out of him.
Okay. Anything else? We have a few minutes left. A little more than the few. So I'm trying to think of other things we can cover.
We could real quick look what's going on in the world of NHRA and see what their standings are right now. If anybody cares about
I was
the
going to talk about what I
NHRA.
want to talk about.
Oh, we can do that too. Well, there is drifting type championships. We could talk about their standings.
Yeah, that's what I just pulled up. This current standings of 2019 Formula Drift Pro standings. James Dean is in first. His teammate, I hate his name. God damn. He's this guy, Piotr Wirik.
He's a foreigner.
Piotr Wirik. He's foreign, but he's teammates with James Dean. They're doing pretty. They're second and third, but Frederick Asbo is in first. His car is funny. I think his car is funny.
Let me guess, they're all sponsored by Monster.
No.
Seriously?
No.
Because normally all the championship cards.
He's Rockstar.
Oh yeah, it's either Rockstar or Monster that normally seems to be on top in the drifting world.
These guys are I forget who they're sponsored by, but they both have 240s. Nissan 240. He has his car is a Toyota.
That was a car that I was thinking about.
He runs a Toyota, and it's a Toyota Corolla. It's a new Toyota Corolla that's set up for rear-wheel drive.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
It's been converted.
Yeah, it's set up for rear-wheel drive. I don't know how they did it. I should
custom chassis.
I should really do more research on that car. But
people are so freaking capable with chassis work these days.
Yeah.
You can build a full custom chassis for pretty much any car out there these days. It's
crazy. They should have a section just on the cars. Let's see if they do. They don't. They have profiles on YouTube on their cars, so I'll probably try to find
of course,
his.
you said Tanner and them. They've basically retired.
Yeah.
Unless there's like some Legends tour type shit that they do, but
Chris Forsberg is still in, but he doesn't do very good anymore. He's a former champion.
Well, who was the dude that used to run with Tanner? That they were like pretty much freaking 1 and 2 like all the time.
Yeah, that was Forsberg.
No,
I thought they were on the same team. Forsberg runs a Mustang. It's like a turbocharged Mustang.
The dude I'm thinking of, I think he used to run Mustangs too, but they were like blue and.
I think
forget what color.
Vaughn.
Yeah, Vaughn Gidden Jr.
Vaughn Gidden Jr. Yeah. He's also.
Vaughn retired too.
No, he's still in.
Vaughn still races?
Yeah, but he doesn't do very good anymore either.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow. Vaughn used to be like. Him and Tanner used to be like the shit.
Yeah.
Like they were the beatable motherfuckers. Like, if you could beat them in a freaking drift, you were doing something.
Yeah, but I think James won last year. I'm not sure. I can't remember off the top of my head. I can probably look at past standings, but I think Asbo's won one before. I could be wrong.
Yeah.
So they have. I think they schedule.
They don't ever do anything in Arizona, do they?
Here's their schedule.
California,
see,
Florida, Georgia.
The next one's Dallas, and then Irwindale.
Yeah.
I think Irwindale's the closest they get to us. There's
Yeah.
California, Long Beach. So they have two Californias.
Yeah.
So that's
Southern.
that's our best
Long
bet.
Beach is southern. So is Irwindale.
Or Dallas. Dallas is a little further away though.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're almost done. They have two more. They do like every other weekend. So next weekend I think they might.
Oh,
have
they
one.
only have 2 more events.
Yeah, they only have 2 more events. In September and October.
So one of them's their the last one would be the championship, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, the championship's based on finishes,
Oh.
on standings. So
Oh, like NASCAR. They have.
yeah,
They have.
they have a point system.
have a point
That's
system.
right. That's what I was talking about over here.
Oh, okay.
That's the current point standings for this pro series.
Well, I mean, Vaughn's at least in the top 10.
Yeah.
He's in 7th right now.
They do have other series too. Pro 2. And there's.
I mean, if they were allowed to use road courses for drifting, then we'd be set because we have a great road course down here at the drag strip, but
yeah.
they don't tend to use those very much for drifting
Yeah, they do.
competitions, do they?
Yeah, they do.
They use road courses for
Mhm.
drifting competitions?
Yeah, they don't use parking lots
Yeah.
as much. In Japan, they use whatever they can find.
But this one out here is the Bob Bondurant or whatever the fuck that.
There's a racing school, but there's also.
So I don't know if they really want or drifters out there tearing up their track,
Really just lay down some.
laying down some rubber.
Yeah.
What, you got to go out there and scrape it. Ooh, scrape it and drag it like you do the drag strip. Ooh, that's so hard.
Yeah. There's a drag strip right next to it.
Mhm.
So
Oh,
they have the equipment.
well, and you got the lake for the drag boats too. So you get
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anywho, I guess that's pretty much it for today. I guess we can just go ahead and close this out. Yeah, we have a minute. So it'll take me that long to say bye. Yeah, that's pretty much it for this week. Car Talking Other Things, week 10.
Just make sure that you guys watch this week. We're gonna get the 350 assembly finished up. Gotta still clean up some parts and repaint them. Of course, we'll do that off camera. You guys have already seen us clean and paint parts enough. It's just basic small stuff anyway. I gotta repaint the headers.
Yeah.
Just little stuff like that. So everything's nice and clean when it goes back on. But yeah. So we should be getting the motor finished up this week and possibly, if need be, maybe next week. Because you know how we are, we try to keep the videos within 20 to 30 minutes. So depending upon how far we get in each video will depend on how long it's going to take us to finish up the reassembly.
Exactly.
But oh, and I gotta order a rebuild kit for the car, so that's gonna be at least 1 or 2 episodes because when Liam parked the car in 2003, it still had fuel in it.
Yeah, it shouldn't be that bad.
So the car still was full of fuel when it was parked. So
Because I don't think the fuel system was ever primed, the electric.
yeah, the new fuel system, no.
So it shouldn't have had that much gas. in it.
So all that, no. But the actual carb has never been,
Gone through. Yeah. We probably should.
yeah,
It's about time.
it was completely full of gas. You parked it, shut it off, and
yeah.
it was never taken off, and the gas drained out of it. So that gas has basically been sitting in.
But-
well, it ain't gas now. It's probably dust by now.
But
Right.
it just needs to. It's real easy.
Yeah,
Just needs to be
Edelbrock
good.
carbs are the easiest to rebuild, so it won't be that hard.
Okay.
So,
All right.
yeah.
All right. That's it for this week's live stream. We'll see you Monday.
Yep.
I'm
Big D.
There you go.
He's Liam.
And we're out.